Breaking news. Robert Suarez is returning to the San Diego Padres. This did happen a couple hours ago. I was at work, but I'm going to give my reaction to this trade. How's it going, everyone? My name is Friar. Welcome back to another video where today we're going to be discussing Robert Suarez returning to the San Diego Padres on a 5-year, $46 million contract. There is an opt-out, but 5 years, $46 million. Now, what do I think about this? That's a lot of money to pay someone, especially for a guy that's, our setup man right now, which this gives me the mental image in my head that Hader, this is it. This is Hader's last season for the Padres. Unless something drastically changes, this is the last season for Josh Hader. Now we're paying about $9.2 million a year, which really isn't that bad when you think about it. If you didn't see my last video where I thought the Mets were going to sign Robert Suarez, I had him going up to 12 to 16 mil just because Steve Cohen would probably overpay. This is a great signing by the Padres. We already know what Robert Suarez has stuff-wise. Robert Suarez was one of the best pitchers in baseball last year, one of the best relievers in baseball. Now, a couple things for me to think about and share is Robert Suarez has had some injury concerns. He's been deemed to have loose ligaments by Kevin Acee and much other issues. Am I a fan of the move? For sure. I'm a big fan of Robert Suarez, and I'm a big fan of his stuff. Now, he needs to develop another pitch. He needs a pitch with movement and breaking stuff. He did not have it this year. He has a great sinker. He has a mediocre changeup. Now, if he gets a slider, he could really take in that role that we're looking for him to have. In my opinion, I like the signing. The signing was very solid. It was a good decision. I'm happy with it. But at the end of the day, we need to lock down Josh Hader. And I think we're spending money where Josh Hader is now going to be able to walk. Now, we still, in my opinion, need one more reliever as well. I don't really want to count on Pomeranz. I guess you could say once Pomeranz's contract's done, you could give Hader that money, but you're going to have to give Hader that money and probably double that money. It's all around, it's a decent signing. I don't mind it. I just wish that we weren't spending all this money. Now, his contract's going to end when he's 36, 37 years old. That's an issue. I mean, relievers last a long time, don't get me wrong. But we're talking about a guy that's a 31-year-old rookie whose first season in Major League Baseball was this year. I don't know if he's going to have stuff that lasts that long. It's very possible. And you know what? It was a big risk by A.J. Preller. But A.J. Preller must really see something in this guy because A.J. Preller is very good at finding international free agents, especially relievers. I mean, we've had guys come over from Japan consistently in the last 2 to 3 years that have came and performed. Pierce Johnson, Nick Martinez, and Robert Suarez are the big three that come to my head. I like this signing. I like what you get. I just hope that this isn't a mistake towards the future. I'm a big fan of it. I like it. And you know what? I think he would have gotten more money. He doesn't have an agency, by the way, and that's the big thing to count in. He doesn't have an agency. He represents himself. That's what I saw on Spot Rack. So the fact of the matter is, he must have had a little bit of loyalty to San Diego, and as a Padres fan, I appreciate that a lot. I really appreciate his loyalty. Now, we got one of the guys that I wanted to get locked down. He's done. Now, we need to move on and lock down Brandon Drury, and we need to lock down Nick Martinez. My guess was Nick Martinez, 3 years, 30 mil. If you didn't see that in my last video, I discussed that. That seems about spot on. I'm waiting for it to be officially announced, and we'll go ahead and break this down a little bit further. Now, reflecting back on Robert Suarez, he had a 5-1 record with a 2.27 ERA. That's, once again, great stats. He pitched 45 games. He only had one save, pitched 47 innings, so he pitched multiple innings a couple times. This is a guy that's going to be a closer on a competing team and an eighth man on a World Series winning team, and that's exactly how Preller designed it. This year, the San Diego Padres are going all in. There's no doubting it. We're looking for the future. We're not looking at the future anymore. We're over it. I think there's a couple moves that the Padres are going to make that are going to really surprise some people. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hint in it one more time in this video before we discuss anything else. I'm just going to say this. I read an article that Ronald Acuna Jr. is open to be traded by the Braves. There's been a lot of pushback from the Braves ownership, but apparently he does not get along with people in the clubhouse. Now, if you're telling me that Ronald Acuna is on the market, you got to prevent him from going to the Dodgers because he's on a humongous contract, a very friendly contract. Let's not forget that. He's getting about $10 million a year. Now, we're talking about Soto getting $50 million a year, 30 to 50, and we're talking about Tatis already getting $30 million a year. We're talking about Machado getting $30 million a year. Acuna deserves to be mentioned in the conversation with every single one of those players. That's why it would be crazy if you can get Ronald Acuna for $10 million a year. I would trade whatever it takes. It is going to be insane. Preller's an insane man. So I'm going to leave you guys on that thought. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, comment any questions down below, and I'll try to help you guys out. Peace.